They were here by 7 o'clock, all waiting for you. Era ne mama tumwebaza yabawadde ekyenkya eky'amaanyi era bali bulungi. Your Excellency, that's a very prestigious moment for them. That is a lovely moment. Ekifaananyi ekyo kikulu gye bali. Bannange buli abawaddeyo Mukama agenda bbawa omukisa. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. Once again mama era tukwebaza ne olwa bannaffe be tukolagana nabo nga mwami Sewava waliwo Haja Bibu bonna batuyambye nnyo mu mikolo gino. Simanyi ka tufuneyo oluyimba. DJ tuweyo oluyimba abaana abo mbakubire mu ngalo. Mama nsaba kwebaza mama. Nsaba mama okwebaza okuyita abaana abo kubanga they have caught the attention of the president. Ategedde nti ne mu kanisa mama tutendeka abaana okuba abawombefu abawulize ate abagoberera Kristo Yesu. DJ nakusabye akayimba nga bwe tumaliriza ebirabo bino. Akayimba akasenenkerevu. Ennyimba ezaffe ez'Abadventi. Mulindeko katuulize bali. Ako tugenda kujja. Katuweze oluyimba olwetendereza Mukama. Abo bagenda kuyimba. Abaana bayimbe. Babatendereza Mukama. Twagala luyimba lwetendereza Mukama. Kansabe DJ Honorable asabye abaana mubaleete wano mu maaso bayimbirire wano mu maaso. Kati bannayikamba sabe mu creating ekkubo abaana bayitewo mangu. Kaakati kansabe omusumba abaana nga bwe bajja yeebalize ebirabo ekkanisa ebeere ng'ekomyawo tugende mu maaso. Abaana basembere.
Banaye katusabe. Tusaba fenge kanisa ebyaffe bikome wano tugende mu speeches endala. Tweyanziza nnyo abatuwadde ebirabo abatuzimbiddeko Mukama abawe omukisa katusabe. Kitaffe atagwawo tukwebaza kubanga okozesezza abaddu bo n'abazaana bo okubeerako okwebaza kwe bakola nga bayambako omuzaana Honorable Mire Babalanda. Era tusaba empisa eno etubeeremu ng'abantu bo boolabirira era boogabirira. Byonna bikoleddwa ku lw'ekitiibwa kyo, tusaba ozimbulukuse ekirabo ekyo okukolera ddala omulimu gwo naddala ogw'okuzimba. Ekitiibwa n'ettendo bikuddire, tusaba Katonda waffe puroguramu zonna wabulewo ekikyankalanya kyonna, obukuumi bwe okwagala kwe bibeere gye tuli ku bwa Yesu Kristo Mukama waffe. Amiina. Mukama abawe omukisa.
Webale ino church nga bale baida twongera okwaniriza baba ife His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda era mpegana omugeni omukulu ku mukolo guno n'okwaniza abageni boona abaide ku mukolo kuno kubaye kusaba kwandalo nti abaana bano bembe mu maiso ga President nga babona ku babaire galere katwaye dakiika ndala bembeku aye nga naba quick view boona beteekateeka okuboneka nti babaku ni n'olwemba lwebembera President quick view nkakasa aba quick view bona muli ready muide. That's Quick View Primary School.
Then njagala uyandireyo ne gundi anyakundi ne namuganza ubanjuli.
Okay. Mwebale. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mujeye President wale mutambule mangu nga quick view yona either stage.
Quick view. Church. It's okay. Quick view yeja. Yeja. Oba yeno. Yeno quick view.
Yes, they're on the program. The other one was the church which brought them.
So the church is the one that brought the other
It's
program.
the church. This one's on the program. This one's on the program. Mpegano. You know, the other one is the church which brought, not me. Mu kiseera kino tuli kuteekateeka chairman wa NRM Buyende district Honaye Magogo aidhe ayaniriza omukulembeze waife w'eggwanga Honaye Magogo. DJ olw'embaawo leeta NRM chairman wa Buyende district. DJ Aja Gwenge Myakazindalo ni chairman wa NRM Buyende district Honorable Engineer Magogo Sebo yaniriza omugeni waife.
Bana musoke muongere mu mulalo tubone oba tuliwo. DJ soko twongere olwembo olwo. Twaniriza president bulungi Buyende. Abadio pe banange twaniriza president banange. Kale DJ tusoke tukomaawo olw'ebiseera tuje mu maiso. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Cabinet Minister wali wano mwena, ababaka ba Parliament, abakulembeze mu kibiina kya NRM mu bitu byammwe eby'endawulo, obwakyabazinga bwa Busoga, abakulembeze mwena, aye okusingira yala abantu ab'e Buyende, abantu ab'e Busoga, bana mwebale ino, mwebale yala kwida, nga tulikwaniriza omukulembeze waife. Nenda kutandika olw'ekiseera ekitono kye tulina nsooke nandule ba chairman ba district aba movement abali wano olwaleero. Chairman wa Kayunga district Mwami Kalangu aliwo mu speed ey'amangu owubire ku abantu. Chairman wa Bugweri district Mwami Nkutu Shabani yena aliwo wubira ku abantu mu speed. Chairman wa Kaliro Mwami Nelson yena aliwo yemerera ku owubira abantu mu speed eya waigulu. Chairman wa Jinja City Mwami Rufafa yena aliwo mumuwubire ku. Chairman wa Kamuli Mwami Bazanya Matthew yena aliwo yemerera ku owubira abantu webale kwida Buyende. Chairman wa Jinja district Mwami Batwala yena aliwo. Bwabanga aliwo chairman gwentayogere banange ikirizo olw'ekiseera tweyongereyo mu maiso. Ayera mu kiseera n'ekirala eri ababaka eri babogeireku ba member ba parliament abaliwo n'abaliku Honorable Muzaale Martin wanitambwire kuwaida mu maiso obubire ku omukulembeze mangu ng'omuzaani w'omupiira bwaba. Honorable Nakato Mary okuva e Buyende wena obubire ku omukulembeze akubone ku maiso. Honorable Isa Bireidi nga ni chairman wa caucus ya FNRM Busoga wena yangu waku. Honorable Naigaga okuva Enamutumba wena gezaaku obite mu bwangu. Honorable Akamba wegaito okwo. Honorable Serwanyi Mama Busia. Honorable Auma Helen. Honorable Sanuni Bwire wena otyo. Nekiseera n'ekirala mama wange Honorable Kadogo babire wena wubira ku abantu ng'ate oli mubaka wa East Africa. Nenda okwaniriza Honorable Migereko waire bamwogeire ku yena yali mubaka okuva mu kitundu kino. Ate era Honorable Lubowa yena aliwo. Honorable Sulaiman Chirunda yena aliwo gwentayogeire ku ikirizo olw'ebiseera mbenga nsobola okuhonayo migereko obubire ku omukulembeze akuboneku Honorable Milton Muma wena otyo omalirize bana baba ombakaliwo ngeri natilifunye oida kunsoniwa mbatilifunye bufunye zira kuendeseyo nga mubakate ngaliwo Your Excellency nemereire wano nga chairman wa movement owa district ya Ifene ya Buyende President otukulembeire bulungi okumala ibanga era obaire mukulembeze omugezi n'ababuuliza ababeire wano bakobye ati abakatonda nambisa mu bantu nze nandikiriza nti katonda nakubisizaamu okuba nga otukulembeire bulungi ng'eiwanga lya Uganda. Abakulembeze obaire babonera irala abakoze obulungi mu kibiina kyaife kya NRM wabongera emberi baminisita baife abateeme wano nsuubira nti wababona nga bakoleire ekibiina n'ensonga lwaki olwaleero bali wano mu maiso balikola niiwe okutambuza gavumenti ya NRM. Your Excellency district ya Buyende district eya Kaliro ni district eya Namutumba ni district eda singa okola obulungi mu kalulu akaawa mu Busoga muno era nenda abadiope abalamoja abe Kaliro n'abe Namutumba twekubire ku mungalo kuba President waife ne yewangula mu district edo eisatu mu district da Busoga bwena President nendo okukakasa nti ekyaliwo omulundi ogwo wabona nti ababaka ba NRM babiseemu aye nga President talikola bulungi mu district eyo ku mulundi guno oyongairemu empaje ed'amaanyi mwende ba chairman ba movement bali wano ku lw'ekibiina nenda kukakasa nti ekifaananyi ekyo kijja kukyuka Busogaireyo kuki kyerina okuba tujakolera walala NRM tugiwa ekitiibwa kyayo kyeyetaaga mu Busoga. President ensonga edimu ku nsonga edibaire ditutabula edisinga obungi ogire ng'odigemaku waire wakali editusomooza ensonga y'ebikaddo ogikozeeku olw'eiteeka eryakoleibwa era nenda okwebaza n'ababaka ba paalamenti abali wano bonabona nti banamwebale olw'eiteeka lino ensonga eno ejja kulungamizibwa tube nga tusobola okujja mu maiso era betusomooza mu biseera ebikwiraku ebyokulonda. N'ensonga eyo nenda kukakasa President nti tujakola ino ngaba NRM mu kitundu kino tubone nti buli kifo kyona kyona ekyokulonda ekiri mu Busoga muno nga kyesimbibwawo abantu balusalawo mu kalulu tukitayireko omuntu nga yesimbyewo ate omuntu oyo awangule tukuweereza ababaka abanaasobola okutwala mu maiso manifesto ya NRM waire ku district waire mu council ni mu parliament n'ebifo byona byona. Your Excellency ensonga eyindi ebaire esomooza ebaire yabyenanda nanvuba nenda okukakasa nti tiimu gye waleeta ku luno wabairewo okwenkyukakyuka mu bintu ebibaire birikolebwa. Lieutenant Joan akoze bulungi ne tiimu ye okuba nti atyama n'abantu twaba nga tulikolera walala okuleeta ebiteeso engeri gye tutobola okutambuzaamu n'okugondoola ensonga eyo. Era banaife abavubi ab'ekibiina kya Victoria balina ekirabo mu dakiika 2 nga bwenkayogera batambule baide mu maiso bakulage ekirabo kyabwe kye bakuleeteire olw'okuba nti ensonga eno y'envuba bagigemye bulungi. Aba Victoria twanguweku ebiseera tibiri nniife. Nenda kujja ku nsonga ey'okwebaza era nti abantu ab'e Buyende abantu ab'e Busoga bwe mba nfunye omuzindalo ndi guno tisobola asubwa mukisa guno gwakubasaba nti muneebalize ku President wa Uganda nze ng'omuntu kubanga mpagiire mu kiddi bulungi niza akulembera omuzaano gw'omupiira mu Uganda era agutambuliza obulungi ayo baire buwagizi bwa President bubaire buwagizi bwa Mama Janet Kataha Museveni minisita wange nti olwaleero ebyamagero bye tuli kukola abadiopenimu abali bikola kuba mwana waimwe naakulembeire aye nga President wa Uganda nangemeire ku okujja mu maiso ebyafaayo bye tulikola olwaleero. aba Victoria ekiseera kyammwe kiri kubitayo olw'ekirabo kye mulina okuleeta. Sorry, Choga Boat Owners and Fishmongers Association. Your Excellency balina ekirabo kye bakuleeteire olw'okwebaza olw'enkyukakyuka ebairewo mu ngeme y'ensonga eno ebaire etusoomooza. Abachoga tulwirewo ebiseera ti bingi ku saidi yaife, omukisa gujja kutubitako. Mwanguweku. Bali kwenda kulaga nti amateeka n'endowooza gye watuwa ey'envuba embi nti etulemesa okufuna eby'ennanda ebyegasa, benda kulaga nti ekiteeso kyo n'endowooza yo ey'okulwanisa envuba embi tutandiise okuwona ebibala ebisobola okuva mu kuvuba okulungi. Bananga abaddeyo petukubireku abavubi baife abavuba obulungi mu nvuba ey'amateeka Choga Boat Owners and Fishmongers Association. Tubongere mu kwenduulu nga baligemesa omukulembeze ow'eiwanga ekirabo kye ekiri kulaga nti bwe tugoberera ebiteeso bye tusobola okuvuba ate era twaganulwamu mu nnanda yaife nga tutugimazeemu bugayiga bwerimu. Banange twongeremu kwenduulu awo. NRM juu. Mwebale nno mwebalyala. Your Excellency tujja kuswikaawo okutolaku okwebaza nti weebale kukolera wala nife, weebale tugayitanga ekibiina, oyongairemu buli bazimba ekizimbe mubaamu empagi debongeramu, oyongairemu empagi empyaka abakulembeze abayaka mu NRM okutandikira yala okuva mu district okuva mu byalo ni waigulu. Ndi kukakasa nti tujakolera wala ekitibwa kya NRM mu busoga muno kireyo kyali. Weebale eno weebalirala kulwa Katonda n'eiwanga lyange.
Weebale eno chairman. Weebale eno chairman. Chairman ayogerere nga tufunye abatwegaiseeku nga tulina Honorable Barnabas Tinkasimire tulinayo wano, Honorable Auma Helen tulinayo wano, Chairman NRM Namutumba Gusongwere tulinayo wano, twabani of course host RDC era tulinayo wano, twabani Mwami Gabula Ezera Chairman LC5 Iganga tulinayo wano, Hajat Chimbowa Farida tulinayo wano akulira abakyala, General Isoke tulinayo wano akulira ebikwekweto ebyobulyake. Musaawa eno tudakweta abawala abaviire wano batuweeka entertainment nga tuteekateeka omugalo waife okwidda okwogera ye tuli. Vic View eide nga tuteekateeka omugole waife Mama Mire Babalanda okwidda okwogera ye tuli. Vic View baliwa? Vic View. Era awo ni Right Honorable Nakadama yena tulinayo wano, Third Prime Minister tusangaire okubona nyabo. Vic View, be brief. Abaana ba Vic View ku stage olwemba lwabwe. DJ, be brief, be quick. Bazia did CD. They don't have CD. By the one. They come here. Let them come here. By the one. Your one on it.
Check.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni Buhabura, we welcome you in Buyende saying, Teli Bukulu Butaveri Katonda. Long live Your Excellency, a smiling driver who is tried and trusted. Today, as we give thanks to the Lord, we also give thanks to the President of the Republic of Uganda. Bravo, Your Excellency, the President of Uganda, for eliminating poverty in the people of Uganda, improving access to health services, providing knowledge and skills to people affected by HIV/AIDS. Let's all start playing it smart, saying stop it, end it now. We are happy. We are because you are. Our rights have been fully protected. Because of UPE we are. Because of USE we are in schools up to today. We are fully immunized. A symbol of good health. Health centers in every sub-county. Freedom of speech due to peace and security. Maintenance of discipline and rule of law. Credit goes to law and order. Democracy, stabilizing the region. Regional transformation. Poverty alleviation through PDM. Parish development model. Affected by HIV. Involved in PDM. Economic development in every region. Infrastructure development. Small-scale commercial production overcoming poverty. The Youth Livelihood Program has made significant achievements across the country. Sensitizing youth livelihood and wealth creation. Thanks for skilling youths. Thank you for helping the poor and unemployed youth. Women Empowerment Program has made families healthier. Improved agricultural productivity, hence increasing income generation. Gender has been involved in mitigation, and huge advances have been made. Even my grandmother can now hold a cell phone. Scientific innovations have been made. Free urban infrastructure running on. Districts have come up with headquarters built, standing for nationalism with transparency and transformation. Patriotism brings back our culture. Having agriculture at heart, advising us to stop land fragmentation. Pan-Africanism bringing integration. Loving and hosting neighbors in our villages. Piped water running like veins. Boreholes and electricity poles standing like trees. And now fighting corruption on increase. Dada. Olimpango yene. Busoga. Get involved in fighting poverty. Fight early marriages. Embrace girl child education. Let's play it smart. Stop HIV/AIDS. End it now. Let's put in more efforts in combating HIV/AIDS, especially in teenagers. If positive, seek medical advice. Mama with your pale waist, thanks for bringing life in Buyende. Long live the President of the Republic of Uganda. All regions have benefited, and again, Oriro has oretu.
Mwebale no mwebale yala abana baife mudakwiranga nakaita tementa kandi mu kiseera kino tukwenda mujje baba mwekubye naye ekifaananyi era ekifaananyi ekiso historical abaana ba Vic-View. Thank you very much for that wonderful presentation. Mama nga baana bajere tuli kuteekateeka oidhe oyogere kweri abantu aya akemba ka mama. DJ sewava ita akemba ka mama. DJ olemba la mama lule.
DJ kwa kaimba ka mama. Watu. DJ. Watu come here. Watu jangweno. Baseba ne banyabo. Nga mama agenda okwogera. Njagala twebaze President waffe Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Bannaffe abalala basiga bukyayi. President waffe asiga kwagala. So twanirize mama Mire Babalanda n'emizira.
Kamanze gwonyambye teri yali akisuubira Mukama onjagadde onsitudde ninnyene ddala ompeseza mu muyaga ogutali mutono naye Mukama ombeereddewo. I wanna say thank you, oh God. I wanna say thank you. Mukama nze gw'onnyambye teri yali akisuubira Mukama onjagadde onsitudde ninnyene ddala ompeseza mu muyaga ogutali mutono naye Mukama ombeereddewo. DJ
The Right Honorable Third Deputy Prime Minister and Minister without Portfolio, Right Honorable Lukia Isanga Nakadama, Honorable Minister Nabakoba Judith, Minister for Lands, Honorable Minister of State Tourism, Honorable Mugara, Honorable Minister of State, Labor, Employment and Industrial Relations, Honorable Esther Nyakun, Honorable Minister of State, Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Omumbeda Passes, Namuganza mbaire mbasaba mwidde ku wano maiso Oweekitiibwa President ababone kubanga ndi kuboogeraku. Honorable Minister Nyamtoro, ba Minister mwena mwena abali wano tusangaire okubabona, ba Member ba Parliament abali wano mwena mwena, Honorable Isabire Idi, Honorable Muuma Milton, Honorable Mzale Martin, Honorable Magogo Moses, Honorable Nakato Mary, Honorable Naigaga Mariam, Honorable Kamba Paul, Honorable Wandera Helen, Honorable Kadogo Veronique, Honorable Solomon Sirwany, Honorable Wide Sanon, Honorable Namganza Passis, Siwoli Minister era, Honorable Tinka Simire, tusangaire okubabona mwena mwena olwaleero. Baba Sabalabirizi wa SDA Church, Baba Omusumba Dr. Moses Ndimuchika, ne baba mwena mwena abaviire mundikirize dendawulo tuli kubonawo Baba akiikirire Bishop Baba Chomia, tuli kubonawo Baba Munene, tuli kubonawo Baba Boa, tuli kubonawo Bishop wa Busoga mundikiriza SDA Kajura Jime. Baise ife mwena mwena mutukoze bulungi awalala ni ba mama timutambwire mwenka. Head of RDC Secretariat, Major Martha Simwe ni timu yojo tambwire nayo nyabo tusangaire okubona. The Fraternity of Resident District and City Commissioners, bwe mukola emirimu emirungi n'Oweekitiibwa President, Baba balabo ni batabani bo baweireyo. The newly elected NRM leaders, bwe mukola emirimu emirala ni National Chairman wa NRM Party, bana mwena mwena tusangaire okubabona. Baba President Owewanga, tusangaire okubona ebiyende. Baba Isentebe wa NRM, niwe otukuziza niwe otulabirire. Tusangaire okubona ebusoga, tusangalire irala. Webale kwida ku lunaku lwange, webale ino, webalire irala. Nsangaire okubona abagenyi baife mwena mwena abaidye wano olwaleero. Nsangaire okubona ab'ekika kyange abalwasira, abakene community y'abakene, ba NRM cadres, ba mobilizers, Nantebe ow'ekibiina chairperson National Women League. Nsangaire okubona sangaire okubabona mwena mwena mbiti byaimwe. Speed ni pressure nene kubanga muli kuneerabiza ebintu kamaala. Aye mu byona byona tusangaire okubona ow'ekitiibwa president nibonabona abaidye okwaniriza. Tusangalire irala okubona mu kitundu kino. Abantu bano bakuli nonta era abantu bano babaire bakulindirire ibbanga lyona lyona. Era nenda okwebaza nti olwaleero osoboire okwida ku mukolo guno. Owekitiibwa president, message yange nabaire njitegeike mu lulimi luzungu kubanga TV, radios, dona dona diri kutubona live. Mbaire nkusaba oikirize mu ngeri ey'endawulo nsobola okutuusa message eno nga bweri mu dakiika 2 ndakugiwumbawumba. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, National Chairman of the mighty party NRM, our Chief Patriot, our champion in the fight against HIV and AIDS, our hero in the fight of COVID, our freedom fighter, champion of democracy, champion of wealth creation, doctor of international philosophy, and fountain of honor on the African continent, retired General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. You are most welcome to BND. The Right Honorable Rukia Isanga Nakadama, Third Deputy Prime Minister and Minister without Portfolio and Woman Member of Parliament Mayuge, Honorable Minister of State Tourism, Honorable Minister of State Labor, Employment and Industrial Relations, Honorable Minister of State Lands, Housing and Development, Honorable Members of Parliament, the Archbishop of SDA in the entire Uganda and all the clergy present, the head of RDC Secretariat, Major Martha Simwe, the fraternity of resident district commissioners and city commissioners, the newly elected NRM leaders, OC5 chairpersons, National Chairperson Women Council, Obachabazinga Bwabusoga, distinguished political leaders and civil servants at all levels, Dr. Nelson Msoba and your team, UPPC Executive Director and your team, USPC Executive Director and your team, all the people of God and the communities of Yende, Abeshka Changa Balwasira, Bakenya community, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, I welcome you to this Thanksgiving here at Iringa Township Primary School in Buyende District. I also greet the people and leaders of Buyende and appreciate their support for the NRM. I particularly thank the leadership and brethren of the SDA Church for their friendship and standing in fellowship to thank the Lord for my life. Your Excellency, I will straight away go to the point as to why we gather here today. Your Excellency, we gather here today to thank the Almighty God for giving me a second chance to life after going down with a life-threatening sickness and where you intervened to save my life. Bana ndikwebaza President okuba nti yayingirawo bwe nalumbibwa ekimba eky'amaanyi n'asobola okuwonya obulamu bwange era Katonda ne yamukozesa ekyo n'ensonga lwaki ndi wano olwaleero. Your Excellency, the Bible teaches us to always be thankful in everything we get or do, so that our Father in heaven can see this and multiply our blessings. Buli lwe twebaza Katonda, Baba ali mu igulu asiima era yatwongera emikisa kamaala. Your Excellency, sir, I grew up in a humble and religious home. Because of this state of life, I developed a humble and meek character, growing through many hands of God-fearing individuals and persevering along the way. I therefore stand here to appreciate all those whose hands nurtured me, both the living and the departed. If it were not for them, I would not be here counting my blessings before you, sir. However, for the shortness of time, I cannot list all of you here, but bear with me for mentioning your contributions. Ndikwongera okutegeeza abayende nti nakulira mu maka amawombeefu era agatya Katonda era amaka ago naganfiire kyendi era n'okwebaza abo abanteeseteese okubona nti ekiseera ekitono kino kyembayirewo nsoboire okuba omuntu omuwombeefu kubanga ekyo n'ekikola kyange era omuntu atya Katonda. Your interventions shaped me into someone of substance, namely from an invisible girl to a public figure you admire. Olwokubanga nakulanga ndi muwombeefu era omuntu atya Katonda, ekyo kinambye ino okuba nti mwena musoboire okumbona era mwasobola okuneegomba. I thank God for enabling me to build and maintain my character and for not shaming you this far. Your Excellency and my guests, because of my character and resilience in mobilization, I was given an opportunity to engage in mobilization activities both in Busoga and other parts of Uganda. Olw'ekikula kyange kuba nti nakulibwa nakulanga ndi mukazi muwombeefu ate atya Katonda nasobola okufuna omukisa okuba nti abantu bangi baneetanira okunkozesa mu bintu ebyokukunga abantu mu mobilization wano mu Busoga n'enda wa Busoga. For Busoga area, Your Excellency, allow me to thank the Right Honorable Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, who trusted and engaged me in her political mobilization. Through political engagements and mobilization, I got a chance to meet with His Excellency, the President, who identified me from the many cadres because of my special appeal and commitment and the love I had for my country. Mukiseera n'ekirala nenda okwebaza mukaire waife mu ngeri ey'endawulo Right Honorable Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga eyasobola okunkozesa mu mobilization ya Busoga era ekyansobozesa n'owekitiibwa President okumbona n'asobola okunkozesa mu mobilization eya Uganda yona yona. He directed me to come up with a proposal to mobilize the lower earners under the umbrella of the Busoga Rural Development Association. I was later appointed Deputy RDC Busia, where I served a very short time. Your Excellency, you remember it was only 2 years. And in 2015, the President put me in his mobilization office at Imbuya, the office of the NRM National Chairman, where I deputized Honorable Moleka Mukama, the former PPS, to His Excellency the President. Mbaire ndikwebaza mukaire wange Right Honorable Rebecca Alitwala eyasobola okumbonamu ekitone nankozesa ate oluvannyuma omukulembeze n'ambona n'asobola okuntuma emirimu egindi era n'aba mu office yeri political by then eyali ekulirwa omukyala gwe bayita Mole nawe Kamukama ate yamala n'aba PPS wa president. On May 8, 2016, His Excellency the President invited me for a meeting at Rachitura where he informed me that he was planning to appoint me cabinet minister in a powerful docket. President yandeta makage twasobola okuba ne bye twogera era yankoba nti alina plans ed'okunfuula minister mu office ye. In our conversation, we discussed my educational background. At this point, His Excellency the President advised me to return to school, but he made promise to keep my ministerial position until I completed my studies. It was a challenging moment, but I was reminded of many great and successful names of leaders who returned to college. Owekitiibwa President yankoba nti nje nsome olw'ensonga editali ndala dendijo bakobera wansi wano era yansuubiza nti ekifo kyange ayidde akinterekera oluvannyuma lw'okumala okusoma. I went back to school not because I did not qualify for the job at that time, but it was due to the mistake I made after my levels of joining an institution that was not affiliated to the UBTEP. Actually, it was as a result of this conversation that we realized this mistake. This is indeed an eye-opener to many parents who are not keen at the choice of the schools they make for their children. Some schools are not fully registered or affiliated to government bodies. Mu kiseera kino nga ndikwogera n'omukulembeze ow'eiwanga nasobola okumukobera ekiseera ekyo tukyategeeza nti nali nzirabuyegerese bumala aye olw'okubanga diploma yange gye nali nina nali nagifuna mu institution eyali nga teri registered by government era owekitiibwa President yampa amagezi okwirayo okusoma. As a committed and focused person, I did not feel sad or dejected. I took Museveni's advice in good faith, and being a parent, he appointed me to be his personal assistant in his office at the same time, senior presidential advisor during this time while I returned to school. President nga bw'ali muzaire era yanfunira omulimu ogundi ogutayida kubaako bibuzo kamaala yanta mu office yeri personal era yanongeraku n'obukulu obwa senior presidential advisor. It was quite a challenging office for a new person like me, but through God's grace, together we delivered Museveni's victory. Mu kiseera ekyo tikyali kyangu omuntu omuyaka nga nze ate mwidukire nti byali biseera bya COVID. Aye Katonda nga n'omubeezi waife twasobola okuleeta obuwanguzi bwa Muzeeyi Museveni mu kiseera ekyo. Muzeeyi, I did not disappoint you. I went back to school and now I am a proud owner of a bachelor's degree through your efforts, and yet I am also enrolling for a master's degree. I wanted to share this testimony to show to everyone that Muzeeyi does not tell lies and is not selfish. Even as we read in the book of Genesis of the 10 Commandments handed by the Lord to his servant Moses. Kyembaire ndigezaako era lwaki ndikwogera ekintu kino nti President timulimba era mukamwa ke muzira bulimba. Ebintu byonna byonna bye twayogera naye owekitiibwa President yabituukiriza era ebyo maze n'abifundikira n'ekitabo kya Bayibuli ekyaluberyeberye nga Katonda awamusa amateeka. I am one of those whom Muzeeyi has groomed. When he appointed me minister in 2021, many people doubted my ability and competencies. However, to those I have worked with and those following the presidency in the last 5 years, I think there are many reforms registered. Indeed, performance of the presidency is undisputedly high. ekyo nkyebaza kubanga muzeeyi bwe yampa omulimu guno abantu abasinga badawutinga era balowooza nti oba oliawo pulezidenti agiise aye bw'oba okubya ettooki mu myaka 5 einuma n'isaawa eno pulezidenti weeri mubonera irala nga performance ya office of the president eri waigulu ino compared ku myaka egy'einuma. I thank God that in the many scandals that have been registered in the country, where even intellectuals have been victims, your daughter Babalanda does not feature anywhere. I may not be rich, but I am contented with the chance you gave me to serve, and I promise not to disappoint you as the appointing authority. Baba scandals dibaire mu Uganda kamala. I am scandals edibairewo okali kuwulira ku scandal ya Babalanda. Era nkusuubiza nti oyinza obutagiwulirira kwirala. I also pledge the same to the NRM government, to all the Ugandans and the people of Busoga. Ekyo ndikisuubiza abannayuganda mwena n'okusingira irala abasoga banange bwe tuwangala mu Busoga. I've been part of and have contributed to many initiatives of transforming our country. My only weakness, Your Excellency, is that I am not the type who goes around blowing my own trumpet, showing what I have accomplished. Eyo weakness, Your Excellency, njirina kubanga ndi omukulembeze atayidi kwemulisa okuba nti nemerera neneyogeraku buli kintu kyemba nkoze. This has helped me to survive the pull her, pull him down syndrome, which is one of the biggest vices in our country. I've been focused on my work and on my vision to transform my people. Oweekitiibwa President mbairenga nfuba okubona nti nkola ekyo kyendimenti okukola n'okubona nga tukyusa ku bulamu obw'abantu. I don't believe in divisive politics, and I don't belong to any of the traditional or existing political camps. Ndikiririza mukukolera awalala so ti kumukwawulayawula abantu oba mu kampu eno oba mu kampu ere. Your Excellency, I adapted this leaf from you. You are a people's president. You are persuaded by the merit and substance of the individual and not their private persuasions. Kino olw'okubanga baba niwo ngulumiza ate nkoze niwe nakikopa kwiwe kubanga oli president w'abantu. Oli president w'abantu era oikeririza ino mu bukozi so toba convinced oba tolimbibwalimbibwa na bintu bino ebiri private oba ebiri personal. Oikeririza ino mu bantu abakozi on merit oba mu kukola so tibino ebintu ebyamangu ebisendebwasendebwa abantu. Some of the challenges that have deeply affected our country include greed, corruption, selfishness, and short-sightedness by some of our actors who incidentally are positioned to offer guidance. Ebizibu bye tulinaawo ekitiibwa President ebisinza okutuluma oba okutukosa n'abantu okuba nti bannakyemalira bakenuzi benda kukola bonka beikiririzamu bonka n'okubonera okumpi mu bantu abo tubalina aye ate nga baweereibwa omukisa ogw'okuweereza n'okuyamba abantu baife. Indeed, some people forget that Uganda and NRM are bigger than all of us. We are just servants offering our contributions. Leaders come and go, but their effect remains, whether positive or negative. Twerabira ino nti ekibiina kya NRM kinene ino okusinga twena kubanga ife abakulembeze tulondebwa okukola ekitundu kyaife kubanga tuidi nti leero tuliwo enkyo tuzirawo. It is therefore important that during our time we should register positive effect in order to leave behind excellent legacy for which we can be remembered. kirungi ino nti mu kiseera kyaife wetuweereibwa obuyinza oba obuvunaanyizibwa okukulembera abantu oba okolera abantu twandibaire tukole ekyo kye tusaanira okola nti niwe tuba tuviire mu bukulembeze tusobole okulekawo omukuululo gwe basobola okutwiduukiriraku. When God gives us chance to serve through Museveni, we should utilize well our opportunities to transform our communities. We should not waste time and energy in petty fights and quarrels. Katonda bw'aba atuwaire omukisa okuweereza okubita mu baba waife ow'ekitiibwa President Museveni, tusaanire ino tukozesa omukisa ogwo bulungi tusobole okukyusa obulamu obw'abantu mu bitundu yetuba mu kifo ky'okumala ebiseera mu kulwanagana n'ebintu ebitatuyamba. It is bad for Mzee to offer you an opportunity, and when your time is used up, you have nothing the world can remember about you. Kibino okuweebwa omukisa nga President n'agukuwaire okugukozesa aye ate ekiseera kyo ky'omaze wakimala ng'abantu Abanayuganda oba n'ensi yonna yonna tibasobola kukuyiddukira. I've gotten the opportunity to serve, but I feel there is yet a big stumbling block stopping me from excelling in my service to change the lives of my people. I need to say that it is good to serve in cabinet as minister when you are a people's representative. When you are not a people's representative, but appointed directly to Parliament, you are an ex-official. And there are major decisions that are passed in the House on which you are not permitted to vote. It is against this background that I took a decision to contest in Budiope West constituency. Owekitiibwa President mbaire ndikoba nti kirungi ino okutuwa obuweereza okukolera government mu cabinet nga ba minister aye ate wabaawo ensonga edikwetaagisa okuba ng'okulembera abantu oba oli mukulembeze ng'okiikirira abantu. Kubanga bw'oba tokiikirira abantu waliwo ensonga enkulu eino deweetaaga okukola niwe kiba kyetaagisa kuba kalulu aye olw'okubanga oba oli ex-official kiba kizibu ino kubanga akalulu ko oba tosobola akakuba era toyikirizibwa kukuba akalulu. Excellency, following your guidance when you invited us, the leaders at your farm in Chiso's Gomba, I adopted your community empowerment program for Chisozi. Owekitiibwa President ng'abakulembeze watweta ekisozi okubona biki by'olikolera abantu b'e Gomba era ng'omukulembeze zeena nasobola okukopa ebyo bye watwetera okola ekisozi era zeena n'abireeta ebiyende. On my part, I decided on a personal initiative to empower the communities with agricultural inputs and seed capital. I've distributed coffee seedlings, seed capital and chicks. I purchased a 10,000 capacity hatchery and I am distributing chicks to the community. Oluvannyuma lw'okujja e Gomba Owekitiibwa President n'otutwala ng'abakulembeze tulina ebintu bingi bye twayiga era nga ndi omu ku baayiga n'enenda mbireeta ebuyende era ntandika okubikola n'abantu ab'ebuyende. Owekitiibwa President natandika okugaba emwani era abantu b'ebiyende bayidye nga bafune emwani nga tubawa eka abandi abatasobola kusimba eka nga tubawa half acre. Nsoboire okufuna ekyuma ekyaluza enkoko era naaba nga ntandise okugaba enkoko era abantu betwasooka okuwa enkoko baatunda ira enkoko kayibaira mu baagula abandi abaafunanga enkoko ed'amagi bali kutunda amagi. Ku nsonga ya food security Owekitiibwa President era njiire out of my small saving nga ngulira abantu ensigo okubona nti tuba n'emmere waka. Owekitiibwa President ife ng'eno ebuyende bw'otubona era buyende ebaire eri hard to reach district aye twebaza obukulembeze bwo obwasobola okututuusa awalala n'abantu nti buti Buyende niwoyenda okuva ekamuli otuuka Buyende dakiika 45 oba otuusa Buyende. Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti, Buyende eno twetaaga ng'abakulembeze okusomesa ino abantu betukulembera kubanga ndowooza nti mu Busoga nifo tukasinze okuzaala abaana abangi. Aye ate twazaala abaana nga tituli bateeketeeke bulungi. Weesanga ng'omuzaire tasobola na kugulira mwana omuwala sanitary pad, nga tasobola kugulira mwana kitabo, nga tasobola kugulira mwana uniform. Ensonga eyo yangema kwino Oweekitiibwa era naabona nti nze ng'omukulembeze kiki kyensoboire okola ku lw'abantu abadyope. Baba watwegeresa okuweereza abantu. Nasobola okuyigulawo foundation gye tweta Babalanda Foundation ng'eyo mwentoola akasente okubona nga namba omuzaire kubanga watuteerawo okusoma okw'obwereere okwa primary n'okwa secondary. Aye weesanga ng'omuzaire tasobola kugula sanitary pad. Ekyo kyangema kwino ng'omwana omuwala ate n'olugendo lwange nga bwe ndubakobeire nti luzibu. Natandika foundation eyo era nga ndi kukozesa foundation eyo tida kwikiriza mwana muwala kutyama waka kubanga omuzaire tasobola kugula sanitary pad. Tida kwikiriza mwana wa bulenzi kutyama waka kubanga omuzaire tasobola kugula uniform oba tasobola kugula pen oba tasobola kugula seti. Okubita mu foundation eyo twida kusobola okuyamba abaana abazaire abo abatesobola. Aye ate mu kiseera n'ekirala ekiseera ekitono ky'emazzi eno bandaze nti benda okukola era benda ssente mu maka gaibwe kubanga bwe naleeta emwani abazaire baanona emwani mu bungi buli omu yatwala yasimba. Enkoko babaire badirwanira bulwanire nga buli lweneeta enkoko nembagabira badirwanira bulwanire. N'ekirala nti boona bali kulwanisa endala mu maka gaibwe. Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti, boona abo osiimye okubita mu foundation eno Babalanda Foundation niwe baba waife oyinza kutuyambaku. However, this kind of intervention can be done better when no one questions your intention, especially when it is twisted as a political move. This decision was done in good faith. It is for the good of our people and the fulfillment of my dreams. Your Excellency, unlike some religious leaders who are negative, our clergy in Buyende are supportive for the government programs, and they are doing a commendable job for spreading the wealth creation gospel. Baba nendo okutegeeza nti wano mu Busoga tubaire tukalifuna kizibu n'abayisaife mu Katonda kubanga bona programs ediringirira okugayigawaza Abannayuganda badiidumbira era ni wano e Buyende wona programs edo badiidumbira obutafaanana ku nga bitundu bindi ebitundu ebindi programs da government bwediida badimobilizinga okubona nti abantu baife tibaparticipatinga. Nendo okusiima bayisaife mu Katonda olw'okwidumbira programs da government era NRM government dereseewo wansi w'obukulembeze bw'Oweekitiibwa retired General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Your Excellency, but because of this clergy working on a voluntary basis, they have challenges with the transport to move about. I therefore made a decision to purchase a few of them motorcycles. Bwenabona abakulembeze ab'Ebuyende nga benda promotinga wealth creation n'okubuulira ekigambo kya Katonda kubanga ekitundu ekirimu okutya Katonda tikibaamu bwizi bwa misango mu kulembera abantu abatali bayibi abatali bakozi ba bikolobero abendeza ensi yaibwe abakolerera ensi yaibwe niwe kiba kyetaagisa kufa bafiirira ensi yaibwe kubanga bali mu Katonda. Abakulembeze bayisaife mu Katonda bantegeeza nti Buyende eno nene aye okutuuka wansi eyo okola omulimo ogwa Katonda kibazibuwalira kubanga bazira ntambula. Ekintu ekyo kyangemaku Ekitiibwa President aye olw'okubanga ze nandi mu kristaayo ate ndikwenda ekitundu kino kibe mu katonda kitye katonda out of my small saving owekitiibwa president nasobola okugulirayo ku baisaife mu katonda motorcycles ekitundu kino kinene ino nasookera ku bababa baife abaisiraamu era mpolampola nga nsavinga n'abagulira motorcycles ina okumala ku constituency yona bwe navaawo nayira ku baisaife abakatuliki era bona olw'okubanga ekitundu kinene ino era bona n'abagulira motorcycles ina bwe navaawo ndize ku baisaife abaprotestanti olw'okubanga enfuna yange neeyo ate ebizibu ebiri ebiyende biri kamaala abo nkaali kugulira abaprotestanti nkaali kugulira balokole nkaali kugulira ba Seventh Day owekitiibwa president bona abo osiimye niwe idi bonangemeraku. Your Excellency, for the fisher folks, we are adopting alternative livelihoods to support them. I invited the State House team that is doing research in this area. It is led by Mrs. Sylvia Nachiwulo. They have done a commendable job in Buyukwe district, where they have distributed fish fingerlings, chicks, piglets, and heifers. Owekitiibwa President, bw'omala okutukyalira commemoration of World AIDS Day, n'okuba nti oli kujja kwira mu kitundu kino, olina ttiimu yo gy'oli kwenda oleete mu kitundu kino, nze tyalinda n'asobola okutuukirira ttiimu y'erikola e Buyukwe, ng'erikola omulimu ogw'ettendo, ng'erikola omulimu omulungi, n'abatuukirira okubona nti baida ebuyende basobola okulingirira ekitundu nga bwe kiri, balingirire enanda daife, tuleme kulingirira nanda yonka, tusobole okuba n'alternatives okubona ng'emirimu gijja mu maiso. Era ttiimu eno ebaire wano mu Buyende ng'erikulirira ensonga edo. Bonna abo osiimye owekitiibwa president, nsaba nti bwe banaaba baviira e Buyukwe, nsaba baide e Buyende, twena batugemereku tube nga tukola ekintu n'ekirala ekyo. Your Excellency, it is recorded in the book of St. Luke that Jesus performed several miracles where he healed the sick, the lepers, and those with demons. But specifically in chapter 17, verse 17 and 19, Jesus wondered where the 9 people he had healed went. Only one returned to thank him for the wonderful experience of healing. Kyembaire ndigezaako mu kitabo kya Luka essula 17 oluniriri 17 ni 19 Yesu we yakoleranga ebyamagero kamaala omwali okuwonya abaaliku emizimu abagenge n'abandi kamaala. Aye bwe tusoma essula eyo tubonanga muntu mulala yenka neyasobola okwira okwebaza Katonda olw'ebyo byamukoleire. The Lord has done me great things, but there are some I cannot forget. In the year 2021, like many others, I almost lost my life to COVID-19. Nonetheless, through the generous interventions of Museveni and his unending guidance, many lives were saved. Your Excellency, bwenkweta our hero in the fight of COVID, mbatiri kusaga, kubanga then I was a victim. Niwe baba, era niwe hero waife. Owasobola okuwonya abana Uganda ekimbe kya COVID-19. This was the time the entire world had been gripped with a state of fear of death. The disease killed anyone, whether black or white, rich or poor, educated or uneducated, etc. And the enemies of the world and the economies of the world collapsed. When I fell ill of COVID, it was indeed a very tense time in my life. By the time Haj Chirunda Faruk, buli muntu gwe ndijja kusoma kunda kumwetaide wano kubanga ni hero wange ow'olunaku lwa leero. Haji Chirunda Faruk picked me from a healthy facility in Mukono. I was sleeping into coma. I did not follow of what was going on. I only resumed my senses when I found myself at Mulago Hospital surrounded by my sister Alice Nalumu. Yet this was the period Museveni named me Minister for Presidency. I battled the virus, but it had weakened me so much. Indeed, this was visibly manifested when I appeared for the swearing-in ceremony. Abali omwidukira bulungi bwe nali nga ndijo okuswearinga in bwe nali ndi kwisa ndowooza mukidukira bulungi. Nevertheless, I had to proceed and receive office in that state, but immediately returned to hospital. I was indisposed for another 6 months. However, due to the Lord's mercy, it was only my physical presence that was missed. The office continued operating normally. At this juncture, I wish to commend Haji Yunus Kakande, the Secretary Office of the President, Haji Chirunda Farouk, for standing in the gap. Human Resource, Herbert Atwaire, Major Martha Simwe, and others. I can say this was a trying time and probably my lowest ever in life. Why? It is because I could not imagine that Museveni had promised to offer me a position in 2016, and here I was immediately after getting the good news of naming me minister. I was instead fighting for my life in the hospital. Kiseera kyali kizibu ino kubanga nali tidukira nti ne Museveni yali ansuubiza okumpa obwa minisita kubanga ekimbe kyali kiri kumbalambirizi era nali ndi mu ddwaliro ng'ebyo tikabitegeera. However, looking back, I can say that it was entirely my fault to fall in the gap of COVID-19. I actually learned a lesson. Museveni had since in 2019 taught to observe SOPs and to avoid any careless touches, but when I received the good news, I forgot the SOPs and allowed the people to access me all over. They came with the disease, and it nearly cost my life. Museveni ng'amaze okumpa obwa minisita, abantu baidde okunsanukira ku kamaala, abantu bampa hugs, aye ng'ate nerabire nti kiseera kya COVID, ate pulezidenti yali yatwegeresayira okwerinda oba okuba nti twekuuma ebimba ebifaanana oti n'ebyo. Aye olw'okubanga nali musanufu ino tyabiddukira ebyo, abantu bangi baidde okundozaayoza okwikaikana nomwaidiramu n'abalina ekimbe kya COVID era kyangema. If it was not God's mercy and the interventions of Museveni, I would have died of COVID. Indeed, blood clots were already sighted in my veins and it was getting to be very bad. Ngoli tiyali President Museveni kubanga yafaayo ino yantumira abantu okubona nti banambula era bwe babona nga kiremye yasalawo okusala amagezi agandi okubona nti ntwalibwa kuliya nsobole okwidandabwa. Yet this was the time I had just gotten appointed. I had no much capacity and we were still in lockdown. Fortunately, Museveni met all the costs of treating here and abroad. Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti, nenda okwebaza nti wafaayo ino okundidandabira wano ni kuliya kwa Uganda. At this point, I wish also to thank my sister, Senior Presidential Advisor, Princess Pauline Nasolo. Buli gwendi tusoma kundi kwendayidde wano mu maiso, Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti amubone bw'anaaba asiimye afuna ekifaananye ne baahiro bange. Prince Pauline Nasolo and my blood sister Alice Nalumu, both of whom abandoned their homes and stayed at my bedside to nurse me during this time. I also thank Lieutenant Brigadier General Nareiso, for being in constant touch with us. Mr. Habib Seruaji, Major Martha Simwe, Mrs. Miriam Karugaba, Brigweni Soma Sabaide wano maiso, Mrs. Miriam Karugaba, Mrs. Karen Kayonga, Mr. Tyre Abbott, Mr. Sadat Chisui, and several others who played a great role in saving my life. Therefore, I stand here today to be one of the 9 who were healed. My thanksgiving today is not focused on my political achievements, but it is thanking the Lord for giving me a second chance to life. Oweekitiibwa President, ndogera abantu kamala, abo bona baali tibasula mu maka gaibwe, aye nga bafaayo buli kaseera okubona babiri emmere Babalanda asiibye atya, asuza atya, eddagala alifunye. Balikubeeta Oweekitiibwa President alikubeeta kubanga abo bonna baaliwo okulwange. Miriam Karugaba aboneka tasoboire kwida, aye oyo yafaayo ino okubona nga buli kaseera anambula eddagala alireeta okubona nga obulamu bwa Babalanda bwire engulu. Nenda okusiima bahiro bange abo Oweekitiibwa President mu maiso go kubanga iwe okwongereza kwiwe bye wakola bona baaliwo okulwange. I desired for this event some time ago. I desired for this event some time ago. Indeed, Muzaida elected the former PPS, Dr. Omona, in 2022 to arrange for it, but due to a busy schedule of the President, it did not happen. Your Excellency, I thank you very much for fulfilling your promise to be the chief guest while I make this Thanksgiving. I am deeply grateful for your coming because God passed through you to save my life. I did hold the event for my political Thanksgiving some time ago, but this particular one is to specifically appreciate God and you for your input in saving my life. I also thank my husband, Pastor Samuel Babalanda, for being a father and mother during the time of my indisposition. I thank the people of Biende for standing with me and the leadership of the district for supporting my development initiatives. Nendo kwebaza abantu beBiende, nendo kwebaza abantu bonabona, n'omwami wange omusumba Babalanda eyafuuka maama baba mu kiseera ekyo we nali nga nzira kyensobola kukola. N'okusingira irala okwebaza President Museveni. Baba Katonda yakozesa iwe okuwonya obulamu bwange. Nkwebaza ino webale okwenda muwalawo. Finally, Sir, Your Excellency, I chaired the sub-region meeting of NRM leaders on June 3rd, 2025 at Jinja City Hall, where the leaders requested that for seniority and continuation of clear-headed leadership and for the steady transformation of our region and the entire country, you kindly accept to contest at the forthcoming NRM Delegates Conference as the NRM National Chairman and NRM Presidential Flag Bearer 2031. Awo wendikobera baba nti bwe nakyeyalinga meeting ng'enaku d'omwezi 3 omwezi ogw'omukaaga twali ku State Hall n'abakulembeze bonabona ababusoga era abakulembeze baasaba nga bakwegayirira nti bali kwenda obenga oli candidate waibwe okwemererawo nga chairman w'ekibiina kya NRM mu Uganda yona bwe tunaaba tugiire mu delegates conference. Ate n'ekindi bamala bakoba nti bali kusaba oyemererewo nga president wesimbewo nga president ow'eiwanga Uganda omwaka 2026 2030. Awo wendi kusabira bwe babanga bantuma eiroboozi eryo ndituseyo oli ow'ekitiibwa mundeetere boodi eyo bayisentebe ba NRM ababusoga yona basayininge akabonero akalaga nti bayikiriza ow'ekitiibwa president ayemererewo nga national chairman w'ekibiina kya NRM ate era nga president ow'eiwanga erya Uganda. I thank you, Your Excellency, for coming and wish everyone bodi mujirete bayisentebe ba NRM bonabona baide basayininge akabonero akalaga nti busoga yona ikiriza ow'ekitiibwa president. Baba bw'anaaba asiimye okusayininga aida kusayininga aye bano bayisentebe balijja kukiikirira president kubanga batyo bwe bakola emirimu mu kibiina kya NRM. Bayisentebe ba NRM bali kukiikirira districts daibwe eda Busoga yona yebaviire. Bayisentebe n'emiriraano district sedirira ine ndikubona ow'ekitiibwa Kalangwa okuva e Kayunga ndikubona LC5 chairperson ow'e Kayunga women leaders mwena abakulembeze b'abakyala ow'ekitiibwa president nenda okutegeeza nti abadyope basiima mbe chairperson waibwe owa women league mu district ey'Ebuyende era ninze nantebe akulembera abakyala mu district ey'Ebuyende. Abakyala abakulembeze abali wano district sidonadone da Busoga n'emiriraano wa Busoga mwide mukiikirire abakyala nga mukoba nti mwikiriza president mu Busoga yesimbewo nga national chairman waife ow'ekibiina kya NRM. Buyende district ow'ekitiibwa n'omukyala ninze zenanda kwida nsayininge kubanga ninze omukyala akulembera abakyala mu Buyende. Kamuli district mukaire waife right honorable Kadaga azirawo aye ndibona omukyala Masitula uyo agiire okusayininga kulwa mukaire waife. Idinda Jinja district Jinja city Mayuge Iganga Luuka Bugweri Namtumba Kaliro Bujiri Namayingo. Bara DCs bwe tukola emirimu ensonga eyo mugibona mutya? Nenda okwebaza baba kubanga bwe wabaire oyogera ku area iwanga lya Uganda mu State of the Nation address ndi kusiima nti mu nguudo d'olijja okola mwabairemu n'oluguudo lwaife olwa Kamuli Bukungu. Twenda okusiima era baba bonna aboyogera mbaire nkusaba ensonga eyo ogiteeku ino eisira. Baba nsaba oyikirize obwire bukugireku aye nze bankuza nga bwenkobye nti bankuza bulungi mpa abakulembeze ebitiibwa wakati mwife waliwo mukaire waife third deputy prime minister leka amusaba akwete aide akulamuseeko era akwete oide oyogere eri ewanga mwebala okumpuliriza mwebalire irala nsaba omukama abampeera omukisa NRM oye NRM juu Kaguta oye Museveni oye Museveni paka last ate Babalanda mwebale ino mwebalire irala
Some of Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, my colleagues, honorable members of Parliament, my colleagues, my ministers, bana mbalengeira awo nga tuli n'omugole waife Honorable Babalanda atyamiza n'olwaleero omugole webale ino webalire irala obugalo obubwo honorable ministers present, honorable members of Parliament, religious leaders, NRM leaders and opinion leaders, RDCs, the Busoga Kingdom Royals, baliwo wano, Busoga Consortium yona eriwo, abami n'abakyala in uniform, ndakoba nti mwena abasoga, abami n'abakyala, mwena tubalengeire bana muliyo, muzeeyi abeewo, ebigambo byange tibiri kujja kuba bingi, bandeta Nakadama Rukia Isanga, ndi memba ya Parliament omukyala okuva e Mayuge, ate nga muzeeyi bwe yasiima yakoba ati obwa Deputy Prime Minister owokusatu ayida kuva wano e Busoga. Mukyala Babalanda tuli kwebaza nti webala okola omukolo guno omulungi ino, era tuli kwebaza nti webala okweta muzeeyi okuyida n'olwaleero. Ensonga yange eri ndala muzeeyi ye ndi kwenda okukobera nti okuyida kwo okutukoze bulungi ino, era twenda kukutuusa kukwebaza nti webale okusayininga ekiwandiiko ekyebikaado kyewali wakasayininga ennaku edo mu State House ng'otyamiiza abanabikaado ng'ate abali basinga mu bungi baali ba Busoga. Webale ino, webalire irala. Twenda kwebaza baba nti webale okuyikiriza University ya Busoga yabanga yona eri kujja kutandika mu kisanda kino, era twatandise okikolaku abasoga basanufu olw'okubanga Busoga University eri kutandika erituwa emirimu, abaana olugendo likuba lwakumpi n'ebisigayirewo bingi. Bana mukikubira engalo, President Museveni baba waife yakiikiriza. Egenda okusembayo sebo owekitiibwa baba President, nenda kukobera nti mbaire ntambula nibagalabo nibatabani bo okuva mu State House nga tutambula ku lubalama olw'Enanda, era nga ku lubalama olw'Enanda okwo tubayire tutunda programu yo yetuli kuguza abantu ey'okufuna alternative livelihood, kubanga baba abaana kumbali eyo bali kulira beetaagayo ekinaabayiza emitima. Ekinaabayiza emitima ekyo tubayire tutambula nibagalabo nga muno muli Silivia n'omukulu w'ensonga eyo. Silivia era n'omuzeeyi akubone nga niwe omu ku baana abo abava mu State House betukola nabo emirimu. Tutambwire ebuyikwe embayireyo, natambula twajja ku bizinga eby'emayuge, twatambula twaja ebugiri, tuli kutambula n'ebizinga ebindi byona byona oba landing sites nga tuli kunoonya alternative livelihood. Muzeeyi programu eyiyo ey'okuba nti abantu baife tubayize emitima. Tuli kusaba Your Excellency nti programu eno giteekwa amaani. Ekintu ky'oli kubona nga no ti kitono, aye ekintu ky'ebyenanda kinene ino. Twetaaga tuyize abantu emitima gyabwe. Nenda kusembyayo nga neebaza. Sylvia, you go on the other side so that Mzee can see you. Your Excellency, omuwala oyo namukobera kwena kwetali dawala, aye walinga yesebo. Sebo nekisembayo twenda kwebaza program erikulirwa muwala wo your daughter Jane Bireche okuva mu State House eya Industrial Hub. Baba abantu basanufu kubanga eiziza abantu okubona nti basobola okufuna ebyokutondawo emirimu gyabwe beene. Basanufu okutoolaku nti tukoba ntuwongeremu kukuba ebifo bikaali binene waire nga twasalawo nga cabinet nti kakibe mu regions aye distance ekaali nene okubona nti abantu beetanira bona programu eno enaabasobozesa okufuna ekibayise ssente mu nsawo okulwanisa obwavu. Aye nga tukwebaza nti weebale ino weebalire irala batabani bo bona basanufu nibagalabo olw'emirimu gy'ogiire ng'otukolamu ng'abasoga. N'ebigambo ebyo Your Excellency neera kutwala mukisa guno okweta oyida oyogere eri obusoga. Museveni abeewo, Kaguta oye, Babalanda oye, Buyende oye, Busoga oye, Uganda oye, NRM juu, NRM juu. Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Abasoga koideyo. Abasoga muriyo. Mureme kuogana muri aduli. The right, somebody translate for me. The Right Honorable Deputy Prime Minister.
Deputy Prime Minister of Uganda, Third Prime Minister.
The ministers.
Ministers abali wano.
Members of Parliament.
Member of Parliament mwena.
District and NRM chairpersons.
District NRM chairpersons.
All the other leaders.
Abakulembeze mwena abali wano.
And the people of Buyende and Busoga.
N'abantu ab'Ebuyende ni Busoga okutwalira awalala.
I'm very happy to be here to thank God for the life of my daughter Mire Babalanda.
Ndidi wano kwebaza Katonda kulwa mwala waife mwala wange Mire Babalanda.
You heard how her life was in danger.
Mwawulira nti obulamu bwe bwali mu kabenje
because of corona.
Olwa corona.
When she was appointed a minister,
ngate akalondebwa kuba minister,
she got excited.
Yafuna ekiniginigi
yachamuka and started embracing all people.
Yatandika okugwa mu kifuba mu bantu bona
and she got corona.
Yafuna obulwaire obwo.
Nalimba kobeere bya corona, nalimba kobeere nti mwewale temusemberera abantu.
Ekyo mukiwulire banange.
Aye byenkoba temubifaaku.
Nga president yabakobera nga ebindi abandi nga temubifaaku.
Kati oyo mwana yajja corona mu kuchamuka.
Aye muwala we mukuva mu isano eryo eyatola corona.
But God stood with us and her.
Olw'ensonga eyo,
and she survived.
Yasobola okubaawo olw'obuyambo yafuna okuva eri baba we.
You know, a number of our people died because of that corona.
Mukidi bulungi nti abantu bangi baafa olw'obulwaire obwo bwa corona.
My elder brother Chirunda Chivejinja died because of that.
Ni horawo Chivejinja mwidukira nti yafa ku lwekyo.
Samba Mugerwa.
N'abandi.
So we thank God for Mariam.
twebaza katonda olwa mire nti ye yawona katonda yamuwonya era aliweereza eggwanga.
Babirye has been a good leader,
Babirye abali mukulembeze mulungi,
a mobilizer of the NRM.
muku mobilizingira NRM olw'okumakuma abantu ku lwa NRM.
I found her here with the women group in Busoga here.
Yamwagana ano n'ebibiina ebyabakyala mu Busoga muno.
That's how I came to know her.
Niyo engeri gyatandika okumumanya.
Now, in the mobilization and in the politics,
mu byobufuzi,
you just need to be clear, all of you Ugandans.
Mutekwa okumanya ekituufu imwe mwena mwena Abannayuganda.
Because part of the problem is that people mix up issues.
Ekizibu ekiriwo nti abantu bakyankalanya ebintu, batabulatabula ebintu.
Whenever I get a chance, I advise you.
Era buli ofuna omukisa agezaako okugaidinga abantu, okugalagira abantu.
Especially about the 4 words.
Naddala ku bintu ebina bino.
Development, what we call enkulaakulana in our local languages.
Ebya enkulaakulana.
That development means ebyeife, things which concern all of us.
Enkulaakulana kitegeeza ebintu ebitugema ku twena.
The roads,
enguudo,
the health centers,
amalwaliro.
You heard how the children here were reciting in the poem that everybody has got a cell phone.
Nga bino ebyamasimu ng'abaana baliko nti bino twalina esimu.
Electricity,
amasanyalaze,
schools,
amasomero.
These are development.
Ebyo byonna biraga nkulaakulana.
Which is for us.
Ebyo byonna nga byaife twena.
But you can have enkulaakulana,
tuyinza kuba n'enkulaakulana,
but you still remain poor.
Twaba n'enkulaakulana nga iwe mwene ng'omuntu okali mwavu.
I've been telling you whenever I have a chance.
Era abaira bakobera buli wafuna omukisa.
In 1965,
okuva mu 1965,
we came from Ntare.
Ng'akali entale.
We were going to Teso College.
Bali nga bajja mu Teso College.
And also Sir Samuel Baker Gulu.
Ni Samuel Baker.
To play cricket.
Nga bajja okuzaana cricket. Omuzaano gwa cricket.
From Barara all the way to Soroti, the road was tarmac.
Okuva Embalala paka eyo lwali nga lwa kolansi.
Up to Soroti.
Paka Soroti.
1965, it was already tarmac.
Ogwo gwali mwaka 1965.
From that time, we have retarmacked that road a number of times.
Okuva kiseera ebyo oluguudo olwo baali lwoyirirwanga muno okuteebwa kolansi mirundi mingi.
Even in our time, we have done it like 2 times.
N'ebiseera bino nga NRM n'emuyinza nga President n'emuyinza bakalukola emirundi 2.
But even today,
paka buti,
if you go, you will find some poor people near that tarmac road.
Era niwo otambula ku luguudo olwo paka buti yoyaganako abantu abaavu ku luguudo olwa kolansi.
So you ask yourself,
awo weebuuliza,
if tarmac road brings prosperity,
awo weebuuliza nti oba oluguudo luleeta enkulaakulana,
oluguudo lwa
kolansi luleeta enkulaakulana,
how is it that for 60 years poor people are near the tarmac road?
Lwaki emyaka mpegaano nkaaga abantu abali ku luguudo ng'olwa kolansi mukaaliwo abaavu?
So that's why we say, please.
Kyova mzee abakoba nti mpegaano abeegayirira.
In addition to enkulaakulana,
ng'oweegayise ku ebyenkulaakulana,
add another word.
Taako ekigambo ekindi.
Obugayiga, wealth.
Obugayiga.
The bugayiga is personal to you.
Obugaiga bubo wenka ng'omuntu bugema kuyenga omuntu.
The same with obwavu.
N'obwavu bugema kuyenga omuntu.
Enkulaakulana yeife.
Development of enkulaakulana yona yaife twena.
But poverty and wealth are yours.
Aye obwavu n'obugaiga bubwo bwange ng'omuntu.
So please be clear about this point.
Ensonga eno mugyetegereze bulungi mpegano.
We don't want poor families.
Titwenda mu igwanga mpegano kuba na families endavu.
Zitumenya.
Families endavu ditumena.
Because you need to do everything for them.
Lwakuba buli kintu olina kubakolera mu ifo beno okwekolera.
When in fact if they were doing things for themselves, then they would save the money to do other things.
Ate singa beekolera bene ebintu esente dodandi bayirenga dikola ebintu ebindi bola kwa basobola okwekolera bene.
I'm therefore very happy to know that
okubona nti
Mire Babalanda,
muwala we Mire Babalanda,
when she came to Kisozi, she got my message.
Bwe yayidde ekisozi message yatola ekisozi yagitwala nga nkulu ino.
I can show you on the team here.
I know kubakobera.
I can show them.
Ayinza kubalaga.
One of the young boys, one of our ministers, Byamukama.
Omu ku bavubuka owa minister gweta Byamukama.
Who came like Babalanda.
Eyayidanga nga muwala we Babalanda bwe yajja.
And I advised him to go to Kisozi and see what I was doing there.
Era yamuwa amagezi okujja okubona byali akola nga ye president abe ku Kyayiga.
He can show you what he did from that time if you can show Byamukama.
Okuvaawo Byamukama asobola okubalaga byakoze byayiga ng'ajjira okukyalira president waife Museveni.
Do you have the...
Yali ayinza okulaga ekyo president kyali kwenda okulaga ebyaba Mukama. Kikire abali kuwona entimbe eddire mulinga eyo entimbe eddire kye bali balaga.
No, let him talk. Let him talk. We are not hearing words. If the sound of Byamukama is not coming, you show us Joseph Ijara of Serere.
Oba Byamukama abalozi gali kuvaayo wayo Joseph Njala wa Serere yena yaliwo ekyayiga kye tuyinza okwegera ku wano. Bana muwulirise. Amaloboozi
The addition they produce yogurt and pack it, fill it for the market. This project started 11 years ago after an inspiration from His Excellency, the President of Uganda, when he had come here and he was teaching people about the 4-acre model. He was having a rally in Soroti, and that time I was working as a taxi driver. I was doing that master business in Soroti. So when I heard this, when I heard he was around, I crossed to go and listen to his story. And he was talking about a 4-acre model, how to improve household income. So when I came back, I was fired because I delayed there and the came forth. And the guy said, you go and eat those words that you had. But I had already this land, 2.5 acres, but I also had local chicken here. But after hearing that, I got inspired to put more effort on raising this chicken. So I raised the chicken to the tune of about 100 of them. Then I got a small incubator. That was about 4 eggs. So I used that incubator for multiplying my local chicken farm. Eventually I was having 1,500 local chicken around. I was very famous for local chicken. So but then local chicken were not answering my day-to-day needs. So I decided to translate it to layers. In Taifa farm we have 10,000 layers, which give me about 310 trays per day, and each tray goes at price of 10,500. So approximately 3 million, about 3 million shillings a day from the eggs that we get. Of course, it varies depending on the cost of the feeding, but at least a half goes for management, a half goes to our pocket as Taifa. So after selling the layers, that money, I invested it on dairy. I started dairy with the 4 cows. But you know, I have multiplied very fast because I'm using AI. I have my own semen bank here. So I do artificial insemination. And then I also got a vet who was able to train some of us here with the veterinary knowledge. He's even here, that gentleman there, our vet. So the cows that I'm going to show you are cows that are bred from Taifa farm that produce, my highest produces 36 liters per day, and my lowest is at 20 right now, each cow. So 36, between 20 and 36 liters per day. And they all have names. I name them according to
now
how
that Joseph Ijala, he had the message I'm telling you now.
Yafuna message eno baba yali tuwapesa weno
in 2012.
Yajifuna mwaka 2012.
He was a taxi driver in Soroti.
Yali driver wa taxi e Soroti.
But when he had my message of the 4 acres model, because we have been talking about 4 acres model from 1996 manifesto.
Bweyawira message ya eka eina model ya eka ina yatwa seriously wakuba kintu kino baba yakyogera kuva 1996.
He had only 2.5 acres at home.
Yaineka ibina kitundu zonka.
He went back.
Yaja
and started those chicken for eggs which you saw.
Yatandikana n'okulunda enkoko ezo detugweinawo n'okuwulira.
He's now selling 310 trays per day.
Era atunda tray 310 buli lunaku.
And getting 3 million shillings per day.
Era yafuna milioni 3 buli lunaku.
Then he also went into cows.
Era yatandikira amala yaja okumukulunda ente.
In the 2.5 acres.
Mu eka 2 n'ekitundu.
Now he's selling like 320 liters a day.
Pega atunda liters 320 edamata buli lunaku.
And now together he's getting more than 1 billion shillings a year.
Mpegano yafuna esente ediswika billion ne milioni 10 olunaku omwaka.
Akawumbi.
Akawumbi nako bilioni eba milioni 10.
And when he removes the cost,
when
he removes costs, he remains with about 800 million shillings. So, the second word in our message is very crucial. Obugayiga wealth. Enkulakulana yeife fena. Ayo obugayiga bubwo ng'omuntu.
Enkulakulana ife twena ayo obugayiga bubwo ng'omuntu.
Ate n'obwavu.
N'obwavu bwona bubwo ng'omuntu.
Sagala onsiga obwavu bwo.
Kale obwavu toyinza kuba nti oyenda busiga owundi oteeka okubwerwana ku mwene okubuvaamu.
Nze nandyagadde kubasiiga obugayiga.
Ye ayenze abe wano ng'ali kubasiga obugayiga.
Omusoga yakikobayira yakoba nti akange kakira kaife.
Omusoga yakobayira nti kange kakira kaife.
So why don't you get that message very clearly?
Message eyo lwaki tugitwala nga nkulu ino nga bweri.
Touch here, touch there, bakwata wano, bakwata wali, but the central message is development, but also wealth.
Tugema kubire nikubire aye ekikulu kyene kiteeka okuba nti yalo obugayiga n'enkulakulana.
Now, if you go to the tarmac road to Iganga, to Namutumba, which we tarmacked later, you will find poor people there up to now.
Bw'ojja ku nguudo edateebwakwira kolansi Iganga, ni Namutumba, n'enalumi yata kolansi, era oyagana abantu bakali abaavu ku nguudo edda kolansi.
This Ijara is very far from a tarmac road.
Igara kirigala ino okuva ku luguudo olwa kolansi.
Because he's in Serere, there's no tarmac road there now yet.
Kuba kiri mu Serere ezira kolansi akali kutuukayo buti.
The tarmac road ends in Kumi.
Oluguudo lwa kolansi lukoma mu Kumi.
So the tarmac road will come.
Oluguudo lwa kolansi ludda kwiza.
But please don't wait for the tarmac road. Chase poverty from your home.
Aye tosooka kulinda oluguudo lwa kolansi kwidda mwotandika okulwanisa obwavu ku maka. Tandikirawo okulwanisa okugoba obwavu maka.
I've been telling you that in 1967 when I was a young boy,
abakoberanga bulido nti lukunolwende nkaaga n'omukaaga ng'akaali muvubuka mudubudubu nkaaga na musanvu.
I went and bought Rwakitura.
Yajja yagula eitaka Rwakitura.
The tarmac road was ending in Lyantonde.
Ate ng'oluguudo lwa kolansi lukoma Lyantonde yire.
No tarmac road, no road even. There was not even a Maram road.
Tiyali oluguudo lwa kolansi ni lunongo olw'eitaka luno oli ku Maramu lwali luzirawo.
No school.
Gazira isomero.
No electricity.
Amasanyalaze gaaliyo.
Aye nze nali noonya obugayiga.
Aye lwakuba ye yali ali kunoonya bugayiga. Obw'okulunda ng'anoonya ettaka lya kulundiraku.
I was looking for wealth of cows.
Ng'anoonya obugayiga obuva mu kulunda ente.
Cows don't eat tarmac road.
Ente tiddirya kolansi.
They don't warm themselves on electricity.
Tidoota amasanyalaze okusuwa.
The cows need grass.
Ente deetaaga bwayisubi.
And there was plenty of grass in Rwakitura.
Ate yabonanga eisubi lingi e Rwakitura.
Now the tarmac road came later.
Era oluguudo lwa kolansi lwayita luvainuma.
Electricity came later.
Amasanyalaze gaidye luvainuma.
And found I was already a rich man. Nagagawareira.
Aye byajja otuuka nga yeyegayigalira nga mugayiga.
Please my young people, don't be diverted.
Imwe abantu be abato mutakibuzibwabuzibwa.
The third word
Ekigambo ekyokusatu
is obuweereza services.
Ekigambo ekyokusatu n'empeereza y'emirimu.
Health,
ebyobulamu,
education,
ebyokusoma,
transport,
ebyentambula.
That is part of service.
Ebyo n'ebimu ku by'empeereza y'emirimu.
And that one, we are trying to do that.
Ebyo nga gavumenti tuligezaako obikola.
Because in 1961,
lwakuba mu 1960
I was at Ntale.
Yali Ntale.
We had so many young people from the whole of Uganda.
Ntale yali abaana abavuka abangi okuva mu Uganda yona yona.
Coming for A level.
Nga baidde okusoma mu misomo gya haya.
There were only 6 A-level schools in the whole of Uganda.
Ebiseera ebyo yaliyo amasomero 6 gonka agasoma aga haya mu Uganda yona yona.
Kisubi, Budo, Ntale for the boys.
Ntale
for the boys.
Eri abalenzi.
Then Gayaza, Namagunga, and somebody said Nabingo. Although I didn't remember it, but somebody said it was already there. Ni Nabingo waitaidukira bulungi ayali akyogerako. So at Ntale we had many boys from Busoga here.
Era Ntale yali abavuka bangi abaali bava Busoga eno.
Boys like Tuma. Tuma became a reverend later.
Abavuka nga Tuma Mpegane yafuka reverend.
Mudora Chris. Many boys.
N'abalenzi
bangi
abava muno.
Mwiri was not an A-level school.
Ebiseera ebyo Mwiri yali nga ezira haya.
Tororo was not.
Tororo tiyali ne haya.
Nabumari
tiyali na haya.
All those schools were all O-level or even lower.
Amasomero gona gali gakoma ku O-level oba Cambridge.
You now check Busoga. I did not check, but you can go and check.
Pegano tuizo checkinga Busoga ili atusobola okujja twa checkinga.
How many government A-level schools are there now in Busoga now?
Mpegano bwe tucheckinga masomero ameka agali haya agali mu Busoga mangi ino.
You go and get the figure.
Era tuteko kinoneza kukikobera abantu bano.
So the buweereza kimwe kwase ekyo nakyo.
Nga tulikola ku by'okuweereza ekyo tutukyegemya.
The buweereza is much more than ever before.
Obuweereza obuliwo ino okusinga ne bwaliwo.
Even if there are some sub-counties which do not yet have secondary schools.
Ni aba wali nga amasomero getukalyotamu isomero lya secondary.
But I am sure
that
in the old counties of Busoga now, the old counties, Amasaza,
Ageira,
there is now a higher school in each one of them. So you should also know that, put it in a context. Then we come to jobs. Many young people, many people, even old ones talk about the jobs. Now, when they talk of jobs, many are simply talking of government jobs. Now, this is a misdirection of our people, misdirecting our people. In the whole world, government jobs cannot be enough. Cannot solve the problem of jobs. There is internet now. Those who know can check.
Ababaidi oba abasobola bayinza okucheckinga ku internet baabona kye tuli kwogerako.
Country by country.
Okulinga ensi kuva nsi wajja ku nsi yo eyindi.
USA, UK, all those countries.
Naga amawanga amanene nga USA nansi amawanga gagamani tuyinza okucekinga twabona.
Emirimu egisinga obungi gisangibwa wa?
Emirimu egisinga obungi gyagaanibwa